Hello and welcome to Drawing with Steffi. Today we are going to do another viewer request, and since it's Halloween it well, it's not Halloween exactly yet, but it's October, so we're going to go ahead and do werewolves. There are lots of different ways to draw werewolves, but today we're going to focus more on the wolfy looking ones rather than the old movie Hollywood Wolfman styles. We're just going to do kind of a portrait today. So again, starting with basic shapes, and I'm again using Paint Tool Psi. There's information about Psi in the information description below. So you just draw a circle, and we're going to have him kind of facing the viewer, and they're going to have kind of a triangle-ish shape here. And I'm going to make this a little bit smaller so we can fit him on the paper better. That's the benefit of using digital. You can kind of correct on the fly. And we're going to do a big circle here for his shoulder. And kind of a almost triangle shape for that big shoulder muscle. And wolves often have this kind of big ruff along their back, so we want to add that in there. And then another circle, kind of, or just an arc for his other shoulder. And then I'm going to draw in his ears. I like giving my werewolves really big ears, just so they look a little bit different than just anthro wolves. And this is going to go off the panel a little bit, that's okay. And then I'm going to put the little cross that helps me decide which way his face is going. Don't really like that, so I'm going to move it a little bit. So I'm going to erase that. That's why you want to draw nice and light. Move it over just a little bit. There we go. And I'm going to fade that out just a little bit so it's a little bit easier to see what I'm doing again. I'm going to switch colors. I'm going to draw in his eye. And I don't want him to look too friendly, so his eyes are going to be kind of small. And kind of just a triangle shape. And I think I'm going to change that. I'm going to make it more wolf-like. Wolves kind of have a circular eye, kind of with a little triangle angle. Then I'm going to give him really big brow ridges. I'm going to draw a little circle for where I want the end of the muzzle to be. Kind of square it out a little. I'm going to put in his nose, just kind of another big triangle shape. And his cheekbones. And then kind of another triangle almost shape for his mouth. And I'm going to bring it up around so he's big and snarly. Bring his jawline down a little bit. And kind of a little square, rectangle shape. See, this is really messy. That's okay. It's alright to be messy when you first start your construction lines. And then I'm going to bring his fluff out so he's nice and fluffy. Some more hair on the top of his head here. Alright, made that a little bit too big, so what I'm going to do, this is again why I really love using digital media. It makes it real easy to change things. There you go. It's a little bit better. So I highly recommend working digitally, or at least just working really lightly, so if you do need to make changes, you can erase it easy. Right, now I'm going to add in his teeth. Some more teeth in the background here. And his tongue. Some wrinkles here. Alright, and I'm going to lighten all this again. I'm going to come in and erase some of the red marks. because I don't need those guiding lines anymore. I'm going to flip this around again, and I flip it around because it makes it easier to see mistakes you've made. It's a good way to, you know, correct some of those wonky lines. And now I'm going to come back in and kind of clean up my line work here. Fade that out a little bit more. There you go. And I'm going to start working on some of those details. Make his nose a little bit more realistic. I'm going to put in the nostril here because he's a big snarly wolf. And I'm going to put in some wrinkles. The wrinkles are kind of complicated, so it's definitely something you want to look at some photos of real dogs snarling to kind of get an idea on where to place the snarl marks. And I'm going to make his brow ridge a little bit bigger, so he's a little bit more severe looking. I'm going to redraw his eye in there. It's kind of getting lost. And I'm still giving it kind of the same shape as before. And this is kind of toony, so I don't want to put too much detail in there. Nice big long teeth. And clean up the teeth here again. So when you just first start sketching, you don't have to have it exact. You just want to have a kind of a placeholder for where you want it to be, and then you can come back and make things a little bit more neat, exactly the way you want them. And I'm going to add some fluff here for his chin. And a little bit of edge to his lip. I'm not going to draw his whole jawline there because there's going to be a lot of fur there. I'm going to add some more fluff to the top of his head. I have it kind of standing up because when dogs and cats get angry, their fur stands. Come back around here and add in the fur on the side of his face. Add in some pupils here. I'm kind of looking at the viewer. Redo his eye there. Move it just to the side a little bit more. There we go. Add in some eyebrows. Kind of fluffy. And cheekbone. Then add in the side fluff. I like making it kind of pointed, but you don't have to. You know, there's lots of different styles you can do. And then I'm going to do in his neck fluff. Again, nice and fluffy in the back here. And then draw in that shoulder muscle. Some of his chest. A little bit of fluff on the side here. And come in the other side again, add more fluff for that other shoulder. And we don't want to forget his ear. And I like kind of making little bat-like ridges on the inside. Just again to give him a little bit more creepier feel. Just a little bit of hair on the inside. Draw in that other ear. Finish his teeth. I'm going to darken the back of his mouth. And I'm going to re-emphasize a few things. And again, this is just a sketch. This is just what I'd consider a rough sketch. I'd come back in if I wanted to ink this again and go back over my lines and work on line work and stuff like that. But That is a different tutorial altogether. This is just the shape of a werewolf. And there we go. Get rid of the background stuff. And there you go. You have a werewolf. Nice growly saliva spit going around. And that is how you draw a werewolf. I think I'll do another video where we do the whole body. But I hope you enjoyed. And remember, if you'd like to see more Steffi art, you can check out lady-cybercat.deviantart.com. And I'm also on Etsy. Just Cybercat Graphics there. And you can get lots of nifty original art from Stephanie, or prints and magic wands. And you just never know what else you'll find. Thanks for hanging with me, and if you have questions or suggestions for other tutorials, feel free to leave me a message. Take care. Bye-bye.